I want to hear all about the Balakot operation, 26 February 2019. You were actively involved in that. Could you tell me?
I was the ACS Air Defense. I was at Air Headquarters. People call it Balakot, but it is actually Chuba Top, where these people were undergoing training. And
Jaish-e-Mohammed.
and it was known that it's a training location. And after what had happened on 14th of Feb at Pulwama, I must say that it needs guts to take a action of this kind, because the first time a target was chosen, which was, though it is within Pak occupied Kashmir, but across the line of control. Good about 40-50 kilometers across the line of control.
But is it part of POK or
It's
is
KPK.
it Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, sir?
It is very close to KPK, very close to the POK only.
Okay.
Let's put it this way.
Okay. In KPK, but very close to the POK.
But well across the line of control. Well across the line of control. So, fair enough, a decision was taken. We had the capability. We used the Spice 2000 bombs were utilized. And it was a classic case of hoodwinking the Pakistanis by having a pincer kind of a thing, wherein some attacks were done in the south and diverted their attention. And this attack happened around 2:33 in the morning.
Why was this chosen as a target? Because so far, whatever wars we have fought with Pakistan have been basically border wars. Nothing so much into depth of Pakistan. Even the
Even the surgical strike
yeah.
of 2016 was a border attack.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was ground attack.
Ground attack very close to
This
the border.
was, like the government had said, it was an int-based operation, wherein it was realized that training of these militants was being undertaken there, and some kind of a message being sent across, ki, wherever you are, we will hit you. So that was one place where actual training of these people who are being sent across the line of control was done. So that's how it was the job of the int to identify where and what it is happening, and an option was asked. Option probably was told that we can hit it, so it was hit.
When you said pincer strike, what does that mean?
Pincer means giving an wrong feeling, pseudo feeling, because they knew that something India is going to do post Pulwama because of.
So the government of India statement initially was they didn't mention that it was anything to do with a counter attack. The words used was non-military preemptive action taken in the face of imminent danger. How is it a non-military action, preemptive action? When you are bombing something, isn't it? I mean, logically, I would think that अगर बॉम्ब फेंक रहे हो तो वो मिलिट्री तो हुआ वो कोई you're not exactly throwing roses, are you?
That briefing was given by the MEA,
Yes,
not
MEA.
the armed forces.
Correct.
The MEA
there were
gave-
these conflicting things which are
It's
coming.
a diplomatic language, I guess.
Okay.
So I will not be able to answer that question.
Huh.
So, but it was given by the MEA, and it was not none of the Air Force. Our Air Force people were there. Air Marshal RGK Kapoor, who was the ACS int, he was there, and this was done after the swift retort which happened the next day, where Abhinandan had ejected and all next day.
Yeah. So that day when the strike happened, did you think your aircraft will be able to come back? Is what I want to know. Did you think that they would be shot down after? Was that one of the things that you take into consideration?
I was very clear. They will all come back, because we are watching everything live. What was happening? Everything was being seen. The night operation that you're talking about.
Yes.
It was being seen. If someone gets airborne, you can pick them up. It was a composite task force. It had AVACs involved. It had our radars involved. And we had full picture as to what is happening. So there was no doubt that they will come back. There is no doubt.
And sir, when the aircraft took off, you're talking about a pincer attack that you
Dissuade. I wouldn't say it's a pincer. It was a dissuasive action.
It was like fooling the enemy. So can you tell us how it was done, sir, so that the people also understand how
many aircraft went,
how many
what happened?
aircraft, and
What I will say
What
is,
is the formation?
what were they fooled to think? How did the what did the Pakistanis think that you were going to attack? Where, if that is possible?
to the extent possible, all I can say is, because the enemy, that is in this case Pakistan, was aware that there's some action that Indian Air Force is going to take. So they were thinking that some attack will happen
Punjab.
south of towards the Punjab side. So rightfully, one odd means a group of aircraft get airborne, show themselves on the radar, and start heading towards that side, and then do a U-turn before crossing the IB. So when they do the U-turn is important, because we have a 10 kilometers zone. If you go at high speed and do a U-turn, so they get airborne. You see everything on the radar these days, because this is plains area. We have excellent radars which pick up. We saw them also getting airborne, trying to come this side, and they came back. So anytime an aircraft gets airborne, it has finite amount of time, about 2 hours, 1.5 hours that it can stay, and then finally doesn't have a choice but to land back. So these people landed back. The other main strike which was done, it was done in a very, very camouflage manner, wherein the plans were, people were sitting in the ATC at Delhi and various places just to make sure there is no much noise. It happened around 2:30 in the
Where
morning.
did they take off from?
So most of the aircraft took off from from Gwalior.
From Gwalior.
From Gwalior, from Bareilly, from other places.
From different spots.
Different places. They all got together. They went to the extreme east, took a route which was extremely to the east, and then carried out the attack and came back. And most of the time, and there was the AWACS also monitoring their route. And whatever the AWACS sees, it could be seen.
How many aircraft went back?
There were good about 40 aircraft total.
And all 40 returned, and you knew that all 40 will return.
There is no doubt.
So what happened when
40 means all 40 didn't go and strike, but it was a mission.
How did they not know when 40 aircraft are going
40, all
past?
40 didn't cross. Only
Okay.
about 12 of them crossed. It is only the sensors which are on ground or in the air, which has a radar which tells you a live image as to what is happening. For satellites to pick up, you have to have a IFF, that is the ADB or whatever, to tell you your position through the satellite. So that's why whenever the civil airlines fly, you know exactly where that aircraft is, because he is transmitting his position throughout. Through the satellite,
So okay, the fighter aircraft were not
fighter
in that.
aircraft and all associated aircraft had their IFFs off. I mean, that's the way to do. So
when these go past, you were watching in Delhi.
yeah,
Okay. And
not
you,
only me, a lot of people were watching.
I'm sure. Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.